People on Twitter and everywhere on the internet have been going feral about this specific image. As more fighting games become combo focused, the less room there was for strategy. This Sakurai video, they're like, can you believe Smash Brothers hate combos? These Smash players are scrubs. So instead of just like reading it and then being inflammatory, I'm gonna watch the video. So this is Sakurai's YouTube channel. Let's go to the source. Dude, he just starts us in the year 1996. Sakurai's a gangster, actually. That's pretty beast. One's like crushed it and got a lot of smoking hot babes after Kirby. Like, listen to him go. I was balling out, getting bottle service everywhere I went. I was just a beast. He talks about game design all the time in here and like a lot of history about the things that he worked on and also the stuff that he was involved in over at Nintendo. And like, honestly, the game industry in general. Smash Brothers, just slap that bad baby together. Literally everything from this video has been posted on Twitter to be like, see, Smash is stinky and fighting games are even worse, or like the best. It's one or the other. Like, everybody's talking shit, but I don't think any of them have watched the video. I haven't watched the video. The antithesis to fighting games. But then, like, where's this third line? I didn't see this third line on Twitter a single time. You know that? It's the same sentence. Yeah, it's the same sentence. That's pretty wild. Yeah, to be fair, the subtitles are cut in a pretty interesting way. He likes fighting games though, that's the thing. Sakurai, he's a fan, right? I like that he's swinging his arms. We all do that. So this has been on the timeline a lot. The more fighting games become combo focused, the less room there is for strategy. So I don't think this is true necessarily. It can, in very degenerate scenarios, be true. Where like any hit is instantly an infinite, like, well, it's just over when you get this hit, then sure, right? But I'll let him finish his sentence. Yeah, this is still true. And also true in Smash, though. Yeah, I mean, his way of doing this is basically, okay, well, we'll make the hits not as bad until you've been hit more and more and more, right? And also, yeah, people are bringing up DI. DI and like things like tax in Marvel or like combo breaking in KI, which is like a really big one, or other games that allow you to break combos and stuff. I think things that let you actually interact in the middle of a combo are pretty interesting. They have like a really big impact on how the game works. And a lot of games have ways to interact while you're being hit. Not all of them, right? But a lot of them do, especially if the power of the game is high and the combo power of the game is really high. So like getting hit leads to huge combos and lots of damage and stuff, right? Some of them don't, like they just make the defense strong or the movement strong to accommodate for it. But many games are like, okay, let's make it so you can actually do something when your opponent is comboing you. Yeah, I mean, this is also what he's getting at too, right? He likes King of Fighters, so almost 30 years ago. He was thinking to himself, you know, these motion inputs have kind of gotten a little out of control. Maybe we should make this a little bit more straightforward and make the execution in some other kind of way. Like this is such an old discussion. He saw that pretzel input was like, nah, I'm good on this, bro. I like my hands. He wanted his hands to be working for him to make this video. This is the video everybody's pissed about? I feel like he was quite fair. I don't know. It's very clear that he likes fighting games. And he says that's not a rejection of fighting games. I just wanted to do something new. And to be fair, I think most fighting games are really similar in like so many different ways. Like the DNA of them all the way back to fighting games from 20, 30 years ago is like really similar. There's new moves, there's new ideas, there's new systems and stuff, but a lot of the just like pure DNA of fighting games really hasn't changed that much. Smash has a lot of things that are different, even though a lot of it is similar, like the overlap is still there. And Smash being so different is a product of them being like, how do we innovate and do something different? And a lot of the ideas are cool and obviously very popular. People like them a lot. They wanted to be different, right? This is the inflammatory thing. To me, it's interesting because I don't think I agree with this one right here. Like, combos are a huge point of strategy in fighting games. Like what combos you do in what scenario, the situational awareness to understand what kind of hit you get, what kind of resources you have, what like whether your opponent's character can be comboed in certain ways, what combo is the right combo in that scenario is like such a big deal. And also as a defender, where you get hit and what you try to challenge and where you are and like what combo opportunities you give your opponent. These are all important things to think about. Like things like I can take a risk here because my opponent's punish on it is not very big. Like they're not going to get a big combo. Is like a part of the strategy that you think about. Now, like the actual part of you being hit on the video game screen and then not being able to interact after, sure. The offensive player, there is a lot that they have to think about in regards to like what's the right combo. Do I choose to do this long combo and give them a chance to build more meter or whatever? Do I end the combo early so that they're not at low life because of a rage in Tekken or like whatever games like that? Like, you know, there are things that they have to think about a lot. And other fighting games have had the same thought that he has, which is how do I make the fighting, like the combos part of fighting games have more interaction? They've done it with things like bursts. KI has combo breaking, so every time you get hit, you can be broken. In fact, the point of Killer Instinct is that combos cannot like, you know, end or have big damaging enders unless there is something in the middle that you can break, something that is, you know, you can interact with. I mean, the Melty Blood one is like probably the least interactive in the way that in Melty you hit buttons to make their combo do less damage. Mortal Kombat has that as well. It also has a combo breaker. It's to combat this problem that they want to solve. This part, right? This part is true. This part is true in every game. If you don't know anything and the other person knows a lot of things, you're going to get your ass beat. Like, yeah, that happens in Smash Brothers. That happens in every game. This is like something that's interesting because, you know, something that's really scary to you at low percent might stop being as scary at higher percent. Or something that's not that scary might become way scarier. You're like, oh God, I can't get hit by this now because that shit'll kill me. So this is a cool way to make it so that there's something to think about and strategize around behind the moves outside of just like, I got hit and now I'm being comboed. It's a cool way to do it. Yeah, I think overall, like the points he makes are pretty fair. Now, if you post the image of Sakurai talking about Ethernet cables again, then, you know, me and him are going to have to go outside. I'll rip that fucking nice blue shirt right off of him, then give it back to him, and then we'll have a nice conversation about Wi-Fi. But this one, you know, like it seems fine. I had a lot of people get really mad about that one. Essentially saying that fighting games were bad because of people like me, because we're gatekeeping. It's like you look at their Twitter and they've never talked about fighting games ever in their lives before this. Yeah, that person also blamed me for, it was basically you saying that you want a Wi-Fi indicator is why people like Mr. Wizard or somebody, or like these Smash people that did all these nasty shit, it's because of people like you wanting a Wi-Fi indicator. And I was just like, you seem like a normal person. Average Twitter user, for sure. Most sane Twitter user. But that's the important thing about Twitter. Somebody who doesn't know anything about anything is going to tell you you're the problem. They have mutuals who are like so true bestie. And then every other normal human on the planet is like, are you what? That was probably my biggest breakthrough about not giving a fuck about arguing with random people on Twitter. Because I was like, this is the stupidest thing someone has written to me on probably any website. So out of touch with reality that you just, what are you going to do? Just like, yep. And you just move on. And that's my advice to everybody else too. I see it sometimes when I make a tweet or like I'm on Twitter and I see mutuals of mine like arguing with people, especially random people. You could tell that they're really heated. And all I want to do is just be like, it's not worth it. This person, they don't exist in a space that matters to you. And even if you're right, they don't care. And they'll just make some shit up about you and hate you for the rest of your life for nothing. You gotta just accept that and move on. Listen. Cat is doing pretty good though. Boots is great. He learned as of yesterday that being pat on the chin is pretty nice. It took him a while, but like eventually he realized like, oh wait, these people that pet me, this is pretty nice. He's not coming over and saying what's good, but he has realized it's pretty nice. That's step one. Step two is he's like, you know, maybe I should go get some of those.